Hello, everybody. This is Joe David Cantu, also known as JD. We are coming to you from Hispanic News Online, and we are doing 30 for 30 podcast series for Hispanic Heritage Month. And I promised you that I was going to bring you a new Latino or Latina every day to introduce you to somebody different. Maybe somebody that you can contact for a connection or information of how to do something or just want to get some business information. So we are going to introduce to you to somebody from Pennsylvania. I didn't even know there was Latinos in Pennsylvania, but I guess there is. This gentleman, his name is George Fernandez, and he is the CEO of, is it the Latino Connection? Correct? Am I saying that correctly?
That is correct, JD. Thank you so much for having me today on your podcast.
Dude, tell me, what are Latinos doing in Pennsylvania? What are you
What
doing?
aren't they doing? What aren't they doing? So Pennsylvania, I actually live in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. So Harrisburg is the capital of Pennsylvania, and a lot of people call Harrisburg an international city. When you think of Pennsylvania right away, people think of either Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, or right away they think of, Pittsburgh, the big towers and the scrapers. No. Okay, most people today are thinking of Little Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, also known as South Central PA. Harrisburg is close to Lancaster, it's close to Lebanon, it's close to Allentown, Lehigh Valley, all these little pocket communities, okay, and I'll explain what is a pocket community, that is just a little hole in the wall, and it's filled with Latino talent, okay. It's very much a hidden secret. We aren't that far from Baltimore, the aquarium, and we're not that far from New York and New Jersey. All Latinos, doesn't matter where you live, everybody has un amigo o un familiar, a friend or a family member living in New York or Jersey. Oh, I know somebody in New York. Yo conozco a alguien en Nueva York, right?
Right, right.
So Pennsylvania and Harrisburg is that little hidden secret place. And when I reference pocket communities, it's those little pockets where you think it's exactly your perception, right? Perception is reality. You didn't think there were Latinos here in Pennsylvania. Well, what you're starting to see, specifically right here to South Central PA, is that a lot of Latinos and even young professionals, which is our next, generation essentially, are moving to this area because the cost of living, okay, is very high and wages are very low in our nearby states, sort of like New York and New Jersey, Connecticut, Virginia, Ohio, Rhode Island. Those are our 5, 6 nearby states where the cost of living is very high, wages are very low. And what you need to know about Harrisburg specifically, JD, is that we are home to so many international corporations. You have the Hershey Entertainment and Resorts Company. You have Harsco Industries. You have Rite Aid Corporation. You have Gannett Fleming. You have Hershey's Chocolate World and the Hershey Company itself, it just, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. And believe me, a lot of people just end up in this community, and you ask yourself, how did you get here? And it's always somehow or another, somehow it's related to New York and Jersey. Somehow it's related to one of those two.
Well, that I don't know if any of you have ever been to Pennsylvania or in that part of the country that what's called the oh God, I used to live in Maryland. I should know this. The Mid-Atlantic area.
Yep.
Pennsylvania is absolutely a beautiful state. If you've never been there, you should go at least once to go look at to see it because it's really, really a beautiful countryside. But tell me, so you found these pockets of Latinos there, and you decided to build a new publication there? Is that what you're doing?
That is correct. So, I was most recently a marketing executive with a health insurance carrier company in South Central PA, based out of Pittsburgh, that happens to have a footprint across the U.S. So I saw a need, I saw a gap, and I said, I asked myself, who's going to bridge that gap? Who's going to fill it? Because I honestly, growing up and having to translate, for my mother, at a very young age, I had to, translate for her, whether it was at the bank or at the doctor's office or, at the lawyer's office or, whatever that might be. And that was 15 years ago. And here I am now, a young professional, working for this big corporation, and they weren't filling that need for their market. They weren't respecting their customers enough to fill that gap, to bring that need to its knees and cover it. So I was able to identify the need. I planned to myself, how would I be able to fill that need? And that's how Latino Connection was born. So Latino Connection is a marketing and communications firm, and we specialize in high-quality translations and interpretations, which is a huge market, right, especially for the Mid-Atlantic area. And how would we deliver that message is through our magazine. So Latino Connection, again, very little. It started in, 3 to 4 counties, and we're already into our 3rd issue. If I may, I want to tell you who we featured on our front covers.
Great, yeah, please do.
Thank you. So our editor is phenomenal. I don't know how she does it. You've had the opportunity of talking to our editor before. That's how I got to meet you. She's a mover and a shaker, and she doesn't take credit for it. Her name is Judy Cuevas. And somehow or other, she got us an interview with LaJuan James. LaJuan James, also known as the social media king, was featured on our spring cover. He has over 10 million followers. And, for those of us Latinos that know him, as you hear me say this, you've already seen 1 or 2 of his videos on social media. He does those little snippet, 15, 30-second videos of how Hispanic parents act when we don't do no se bañan, at the time they want you to take a shower in, or how parents behave when they come home and find you that the trash wasn't taken out, or whatever, that sort of thing. So for us to be so little right here in what's known as Little Pennsylvania, and to have secured Juanes, multi-Grammy, 22 multi-Grammy award winner. Juanes was featured on our summer front cover, and then we are getting ready to go to the printer with our fall issue featuring Adamari Lopez, breast cancer survivor, kind of tying it into that October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And she's also a TV talk show host on Televisión. But, most of us grew up seeing her in soap operas, telenovelas, so that's how we know her. So for us to have secured, these prominent, known individuals and just get them on the phone or get them in person, it's just been a lot of traction that we didn't think we would pick up so soon, so quickly. I like to call the magazine a super chic and happy magazine. It's all positive. It brings you something that you want to pick up. It brings you something that we want to read. It brings you something that you don't want to throw away. It's something that it just stays around la mesa de café, the coffee table at home. It's something positive. And even the advertisers, we handpick who we want to advertise, who we allow to advertise our message. For example, I'm not going to let, the Donald Trump campaign, put an ad in the magazine. You know what I mean?
Why? I mean, come on.
Or something like that. You know what I mean? So it's just been a blessing. Latino Connection is trending. Latino Connection magazine has brought back, friendships, and it's been a labor of love, and everything that we do, whether it's myself, whether it's Judy, whether it's our interns, whether it's our sister office in Dominican Republic that oversees the translations. It has just been a labor of love, bringing people together to educate our community at large and educate those other pocket communities that don't understand the Hispanic Latino market, and let them know what is our buying power. We want to buy home insurance like the white person, at an office that's nice and clean with nice furniture and the TV's on and, the Keurig is on, that sort of thing. A lot of these corporations, JD, think of Latinos right away as someone that, you know what, we need to reach to that local Hispanic community center because that's where all Latinos go. No, that's not true. My mom may be low income, or she may not have a job. She may be retiring early, but my mom's never even been to the Hispanic Center before in our local area. But that local Hispanic Center does great, amazing things, for so many thousands of people throughout the year. But it's really educating our corporate companies, whether it's in Pennsylvania, whether it's in Texas, whether it's in California, New York, Maine, Florida. It's really about educating those corporations about the new American reality. And that new American reality is us. Somos nosotros lo que va a ser América en el futuro. We are the next America. That new American reality is and are Latinos and Hispanics.
So true, so true. When we spoke the first time, there's always that little thing, we're in the same business, sort of in the, putting out information, media stuff, and people always ask me, well, how are you going to highlight them? Because, they're your competition. And my thought about this is that, yeah, we're in the same business, but this market is so huge. And we're just in the very beginning stages of really realizing what we have and who we are. And it's always so good to reach out to you and to other people and really kind of ask you questions and work together. And it's not really a competition. It's more, if we ask each other and help each other, we better ourselves. And it's not like a competition.
We grow.
Yeah. Don't you feel the same way?
Absolutely, absolutely. I grew up in a very big household. Okay, my mom comes from a very large family. My mom has 12 brothers and sisters, 13 total, including her. One of them passed away already. May my uncle rest in peace. But the way that my grandmother, who also recently passed, and our grandmothers typically end up being our matriarchs. They are the matriarch of the family. Son las que mandan. Every Sunday was, playground day at grandma's house type of thing. And one of the things that my grandmother, my mother, and all of my uncles taught me is that helping others succeed is a beautiful thing. We always lend a helping hand, okay? That's what most Latinos are all about. However, most recently, though, JD, there has been that, what would I call it? I would call it a moment of uncertainty where everybody's hungry. Everybody wants more. We want to accomplish what people know as that American dream of, whether it's owning your home and a nice car and a nice career and, the white picket fence yard, and the dog and, the twin kids, whatever that might be, right? And we tend to forget that helping others will get us there a lot quicker. Okay, so for example, me volunteering my time for a local nonprofit organization, sort of, like the Latino Hispanic American Community Center, or the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce in Central Pennsylvania in the area. As those little businesses grow, I can tell a story. I can share that, the local taqueria is now actually, making $100,000 a year in taco sales, or that the local Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, was able to identify loans opportunities or grant opportunities, for local businesses. That's why our mission for Latino Connection is not just a business mission. Our tagline is connecting business and community, ... one piece at a time, and we get that one piece at a time because we are all part of a puzzle. Okay, I look at our pocket community. I look at our Hispanic and Latino communities as part of a puzzle, and we are all just one piece. Okay, and where do we place that piece? Where do we go? Where do we play a share? And I really think that share is just sticking together, helping one another. A lot of the Latino communities across the U.S. are very fragmented. They only think of each other. You see the Puerto Ricanos with the Puerto Ricanos. You see the Dominicans with the Dominicans. When we come together, when we face one challenge together, we can overcome that a lot quicker, a lot sooner, a lot better.
So true. El celo no te
Am I
hace...
talking too much?
No, no, no. El celo no es nada, pero celo, ¿verdad? It does no good for anybody. So, yeah, it's really good that, and I'm speaking to these people from all over the country, and everybody is so inclusive. They're all saying, please reach out to us. Ask us questions, we'll help you out, get involved in your local area. And one of the things you keep pointing out is, you looked in your area and you said, there's a need here, and I'm going to fill it. And so let's just say that there's somebody in South Dakota or Missouri or somewhere, and they just realize that all of a sudden they have a little community that is not getting the information they want. What would you say to them about maybe starting a publishing company? What's a word of advice for them?
You know what? My word of advice to anyone that's looking to start something new from scratch is to, one, don't be scared. Okay, I can't tell you how scary it was to leave behind a corporate job with benefits, and I took that leap of faith. Don't be scared. You can start something on the side. It may be small, but believe me, sometimes less is more. So one, don't be scared. Number two, find yourself a partner. Find yourself, whether it's a community partner that can help you do the articles, or whether help you find some leads for sales, or even a local printer that may be willing to give you a discounted price or sponsor your first, printed issue, your first version of that magazine or local newspaper that you're printing. And then number three, confianza, have confidence. Just go for it. I mean, I know you can do it. If I can do it, anyone and everybody can, honestly. Last but not least, I don't call this a tip, but be courageous. I mean, having that confidence and having that courage of just Googling away or picking up that phone and making that cold call like Judy Cuevas does for us. That's where we've gotten to where we're gotten today in a very short amount of time. So those are my 3.5, maybe 4 tips that I can give to anybody. And you know what? Latino Connection may be in Mid-Atlantic, but el teléfono suena everywhere and anywhere. Okay, pick up the phone. Send us an email. Call us, myself, whether it's Judy, whether it's anybody on our team. We love to be a part of our community, not just here locally, but regionally, statewide, nationally, internationally. We're here to help. We're here. I always follow that same tagline of our friends in Rotary: service above self. I always think of servicing and helping somebody else before myself. That's just what a true friend would do.
So, great words, man. Great words of encouragement. What do you see for the future for Latinos here in the U.S.? I mean, here you have me doing a podcast, you doing a publication there. There's people all over the place, doing little things all over the country. But, we're seeing all this talk about diversity and the effect in the U.S. I mean, what do you think the Latinos are doing for this country?
I honestly take a moment to breathe in and out to answer this question. If you look at history, at maybe 15, 20, maybe even 30 years ago, you didn't really see Latinos in power positions. And when I say power positions, I mean someone that's influential, someone that can make a difference right now, someone that can pick up that phone and make something happen now, ahora mismo. And, you're starting to see that culture, that shift in corporate America. You're starting to see that same shift in culture changes in government. You have Latino candidates running for the president of the United States of America. You now have the chief executive officer of AT&T Mobile is a Cubano. You have a secretary of urban and housing development is a Latino who was the first mayor of Texas. You're starting to see that role model on TV who's a Latino. And let me tell you what, JD, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning, because there are many young professionals out there like me that are starting to make that culture and shift change. Guess where? In their community. And that's exactly where it starts. A lot of people will say to me, George, you really can't call Latinos a new American reality, because there's people moving here from China and, all these other countries and whatnot, right? But you don't see, a Chinese candidate for president. It's like Latinos are crazy, man. They're willing to take that leap forward. Sometimes we're bossy, we're strong, we're just ready. For example, when someone says no to me on something, you think I give up when I get that no? No. When you say no to me, that's just another Google search I'm going to do to go around you or get to somebody else who might be providing that same service that you are within that same company. But I don't take no for an answer, because I know that what I'm offering you is something that the people that you are servicing is a need. So one of the things that I just want to throw out there to the people that are listening to this podcast is that you are it, okay? It starts with you. It's the man in the mirror. It's that same song from our friend Michael Jackson. It's the man in the mirror that's going to make change. And it doesn't matter if it's already being done out there. It may not be done in your community. You can make that change. Call us. Call someone. Google it. Research it, because what you are doing or what you are going to do is going to make a difference. If it's not in your community, it's going to make a difference for somebody else. I have a small tagline here at the office that I always say: as long as we change the life of one person, that's all that matters to me. As long as I can make a difference for one person, that's all that matters to me. Because I was here, Latino Connection was here, JD was here, and whoever's listening to this podcast was here, and they left their footprint. They made a difference.
Oh, man, so true, so true. You know what? Even if we fold tomorrow or the day after, at least we did it, and that's the important thing, is that you have to go and do something. If you don't do it, you can't say, I failed,
Yeah, don't live with that what if, could have, should have. Just do it. And you know what? I have done many things where I have tripped, me he caído en el piso y me levanto de nuevo. You just get right back up. You don't give up. You're going to trip, you're going to fall, and you get back up. Most times you'll have somebody that can help you get back up, but sometimes you don't. Okay, and that's when you realize who are your real partners, when you don't have that one person to help you get back up when you make that mistake. A lot of times, JD, we do a lot of great positive things, and people will forget about all those positive things you've done as soon as you make that one mistake. Don't let that happen to you. You get back up. You don't take no for an answer, and you will try again. Doesn't matter if you have to take a hiatus and pre-plan and do things a little bit differently, but you will get back up. You will be successful.
George, we need to get you on every morning so you can get everybody all pumped up, dude. You are just full.
Dime la hora. Tell me the time and I'm ready. Sometimes I'm at the office at 4 a.m., so don't just email me. Call me. Believe me, if I don't answer the phone, I will call you back.
Yeah.
I don't like it when I leave the office and there's a red light, blinking on the phone. There's somebody that took the time out of their busy day to call us because they need something or want something. And, again, remember that puzzle. We are all a piece of this puzzle. And, we as Latinos, we have a very big $1 trillion buying power. And, we need to stand up. Whether you and I speak English, there's somebody out there at your local bank or credit union or local hospital or local gas station, and the story goes on, who's not speaking English and is not getting the same quality of service that you are getting.
True.
So make that difference.
True.
Stand up. Call, whether it's your local representative or your U.S. state senator. You're paying your taxes, Papa. You need to stand up. You need to claim your rights, living here in the U.S. That's why people want to come here. You have that freedom, and you have the chance to be heard. And, we're all part of that puzzle. So make sure that you place your piece on that puzzle and you make that difference.
Perfect, man. That is so awesome. I don't need a guy in the morning. I just need you, dude. George.
Call me, JD. Let's have cafe con leche every now and then.
You know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna wake you up because I'm up early too. Hey, George. You know what? You've been telling people that they can reach out to you. Why don't you take a few minutes now and tell people how they can get a hold of you?
I would love to, JD. Thank you so much. I've had a wonderful time doing this podcast with you. I hope that we get to do it again. Ways to reach myself and my crew, my team, your people at Latino Connection is by visiting our website at www.thelatinoconnection.net. You can also follow us on Facebook as Latino Connection. You can follow us on Twitter at Latino Connect PA. Or you can always just pick up the phone and call us. Our number here at the office is 717-963-7218. And we're here to be a part of that puzzle, of that movement, what we call the new American reality.
Awesome, dude. Very awesome. Hey, I know that you're always working on something. So can you give us a hint of what's coming up in your next magazine? Because I know.
I can't. No,
Oh.
I'm kidding. I can. So the magazine is really spearheaded by one of our team members, and I've mentioned her name on this podcast today. Her name is Judy Cuevas. And honestly, she keeps me running. When I come up with an idea and she doesn't like it, I don't like that. And she just, knocks it right down. And her ideas that she comes up with are just phenomenal. They're just unique. We are in the process right now of working on 2 possible front covers. We're now getting to the point where, we want to interview so many people, but we only print 4 to 6 times a year, so we're going to start doing double covers every now and then. We are looking at featuring Jane the Virgin, a huge TV show, focusing on a Latina, Gina Rodriguez. And then we are also looking at Tuesca. Tuesca is the new Dominican merengue sensation from Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, my hometown. And I actually get to fly out tonight to go to Dominican Republic. And we're doing a small mission trip with kids out there where we're giving them backpacks. We believe that, education begins with an opportunity. But we actually get to interview Tuesca, the new merengue sensation in Santo Domingo. So that is my little, secret. Don't tell Judy I told you.
I won't tell her to.
For our winter publication. So very happy, very excited, very proud to say that I get to work with a team of people like I do. There are so many people behind the scenes that make a difference. My partner, Pedro, my business partner, Gleider, our internal consultants, Dr. Marcela Myers, Catherine Vargas, and the story just goes on. Even my mother's making a difference here at the office. It's truly something that started very little that's now turning into a family business, and not just a family business, an international corporation.
Well, George, man, you are hitting the big time quickly, and for somebody who's just really kind of started, you're doing really well. I am so proud of you, and I'm so glad to call you a friend. I want to thank you so much. I know that you're busy and you're going to catch a flight out of here, but you made time for us today, and I can't thank you enough, man. This is our very first podcast series, and hopefully with people like yourself, it'll be a success and people will be looking for it next year too. So, George, thank you very much, man, for coming on.
Wonderful. No, JD, thank you so much for having me. I can't wait to do it again. And remember, play your part. Play your piece in that puzzle. Don't forget.
Everybody, I want to thank you all for coming and staying 30 minutes with me. It's part of your time, but I hope that you learn and get some information that will help you. Don't forget, no te hagan boca chica. Reach out to these people, and they're giving you their phone numbers, their contact information. Ask them questions. They will help you. If it's not about publications, I guarantee you George will help you. If it's something to do with business that he can help you with, he will. So no se hagan de boca chica and ask, ask. Pregunten. Si no, you just don't get it anywhere. So thank you for joining me for 30 for 30 for Hispanic Heritage Month. And tomorrow we will bring you somebody new and different and special, and we will show you that we do have Latino leaders out there who are doing positive stuff in the community. Thank you for staying with me, and come back tomorrow. Thanks, guys.